What's something small someone did that changed your life forever? When I was 9, I used to hide in the school library during lunch. I didn't have many friends. I wasn't bullied, just forgotten. I was the quiet kid in a too big hoodie who read fantasy books instead of playing soccer. Our librarian, Mrs. K, noticed. She never asked why I wasn't outside. She'd just smile, hand me a warm paper towel to clean my glasses, and point me to a new book. Today feels like a dragons and magic kind of day, she'd say. I always listened. One rainy Thursday, she found me curled in a beanbag chair, clutching a book and trying not to cry. My mom had been evicted the night before. We were sleeping in a car. I hadn't eaten since yesterday, and my stomach ached. She didn't ask, just said, "Wait here." She came back with warm milk and half a peanut butter sandwich from the teacher's lounge. "We won't tell the principal," she whispered with a wink. I could barely say thank you. "You're okay now," she said. "Nothing bad happens in the story room." The next day, there was a blanket on my chair, a clean hoodie folded beside it, a granola bar with a sticky note. "For the hero of this story, K." I wore that hoodie every day that winter. She started giving me book missions. "If you finish A Wrinkle in Time by Friday, I'll show you the secret attic. If you can explain the ending of The Giver, I'll let you shelve the new books." The attic wasn't really secret, just a cramped storage closet above the stacks. But to me, it was Narnia. Once, I told her I wanted to be a wizard when I grew up. She smiled and said, "Then you'll need to master words. They're the strongest spells we've got." One Monday, she looked serious. "I need your help with something important." She pulled out a worn notebook. This belonged to my husband. He was a writer. He passed a few years ago, but I haven't had the heart to finish his last story. I want you to help me write the ending. My jaw dropped. "Me?" She nodded. "You have a wizard's heart, don't you?" We worked on it every Tuesday, one paragraph at a time. The last page was all mine. I wrote it in pencil, uneven and clumsy, but mine. She closed the notebook and said, "You're a writer now." I never got to say goodbye. One day in May, Mrs. K wasn't at school. Then a week passed. The principal said she had taken leave. That was all. I never saw her again. Life got harder before it got better. We moved shelters, then apartments. I got a scholarship, became a teacher, then a writer. Not a famous one, but a real one. Last year, my debut novel got picked up by a small press. Nothing flashy, but it had dragons and a map in the front. I dedicated it to K, who reminded me that even lost kids can be the heroes of their own stories. A few months later, I got a letter. No return address, just a folded card. Inside was a photo of a familiar attic, now lit with fairy lights and a tiny bookshelf labeled Wizard Picks. And in neat handwriting, "You finished the story. I always knew you would. K." I cried harder than I had in years. Not from sadness, but because someone who saved my world had never stopped watching. She never wanted credit. She just handed me a book, a sandwich, a warm place to sit, and believed in me. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear cardigans and smell like library glue. Some save your life with a peanut butter sandwich and a sticky note. Some vanish, but leave the magic behind.